Hello and welcome back to the Boo Review. So we're back here with you with another Mystery Monday. Jared, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect. It's basically like a collective forgetfulness. The reason why it's called the Mandela Effect, there's a lot of people out there who believe that Mandela died in the 80s and that his funeral was even televised. However, I think that people might be getting Mandela confused with Stephen Biko. He was killed while in police custody and he was part of a movement against apartheid. And his funeral was aired on TV. In fact, his funeral was aired on an episode of World in Action in 1977, which is actually before the 80s. And that episode is called The Life and Death of Stephen Biko, which you can watch now on YouTube.
Just think about it for a second. What's the famous line from Snow White about the mirror?
Oh, it's magic mirror on the wall.
I was going to give them a chance to think about it.
Sorry.
And so they could think to themselves, mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
But no, it's magic mirror on the wall.
Yeah. There's also Henry the Eighth. Apparently people remember seeing a portrait of him with a turkey leg.
I can imagine a fat royal guy with a turkey leg, but I don't know if I ever necessarily associated it with Henry VIII.
I think people just imagine fat people with turkey legs. When they see a full-bodied person without a turkey leg, they just don't understand. Okay, there's another one, and this was really weird. Some people remember Martin Luther King being shot at close range instead of from far away. That's crazy because there are a lot of people who feel like they distinctively remember him being shot at close range, but with a handgun instead of a rifle. Some have memories of the Chinese man who stood in front of the tank at Tiananmen Square. Yeah. Some people remember him being run over. This one blew my mind. Okay, apparently it's Sex and the City, not Sex in the City. I disagree. I am definitely from the time stream where it's Sex in the City. And in fact, if this time stream thinks it is Sex in the City, they made a huge mistake because Sex in the City is something worth watching. Sex and the City makes it seem like it's two separate things. You're having sex, but there's also a city back here somewhere. You know, I mean, I want to see Sex in the City.
I want to see sex. I don't know on this one. It's just it's a show that I never cared enough about.
Yeah, I never watched it. Now, here's the big one. So, where are you on this? Berenstain or Stain? Where do you stand on the Berenstain issue?
Whenever I was younger, I always thought it was Berenstain. So one of my friends was just like, "Hey, did you know it was Berenstain? Bear's not Berenstain." I was like, "What the f? Get the f out of here! What are you talking about?"
When I was at Books and Me, and I noticed that it said Berenstain, and I remember thinking that was weird that they would go with something so awkward sounding. But it's, as far as I know, it's always been Berenstain as well. So, you know, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, I always thought it was called Interview with a Vampire. It's Interview with the Vampire.
It's the Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the name of it. No, yeah. I knew it was Interview with the Vampire. I've seen
that movie like probably at least three times, and I always thought it was Interview with a Vampire.
Apparently, some people remember Leonardo DiCaprio already winning an Oscar. That makes sense to me. People also remember a landmass to the west of Australia. I think some people thought that was in fact New Zealand, to the west of Australia, not to the right. And what's weird about this one is that, of course, if you look at a map now, there's nothing there. However, if you look at a globe in the movie Dazed and Confused, and it's zoomed in, you see that there is in fact on that globe a little landmass to the west of Australia. I don't think anybody should take Dazed and Confused as some type of scientific evidence, but it would be really weird for the people who are making Dazed and Confused to be like, yeah, there's a landmass there. We're going to make this globe with that landmass there. And I don't know if you noticed this, but we've been wearing a Hawaiian shirt and
I don't know exactly what it's called, but I know it's like a kung fu gi, but I don't know the Chinese word for gi.
We've been wearing this the whole video. Don't go back and check. Show me your size. Show me your size.
Oh, no. I was going to wait until pop them out at some point.
I feel like I'm in Real Big Fish. Okay, so the Mandela Effect was coined by Fiona Broome back in 2010. It's confabulation in the scientific community. And she has a website dedicated to listing the Mandela effects and for a discussion. You should look a portrait. All right, I guess that's it. We're done. No!
Oh, the whole time.
AJ has always been a kung fu master.